Do you want to learn how to make this beautiful pendant with the embroidery technique? Well, I'll teach you how to do it after the jingle. Hi everyone and welcome back to this new tutorial. In this tutorial I will teach you how to make this beautiful heart pendant with the embroidery technique. We are going to use very few supplies such as an art cabochon, some 11 seed beads, some 4 mm fire polished beads. We will need two components, glue and two pieces of fabric, and I'm going to use sort of felt. It is very thin, and an Alcantara to cover the back of the heart when we are going to finish the piece. Then we will need a number 10 needle and a Fireline smoke size 0.15, and we will use also a Fireline crystal size 0.15 to make the picot. But I will show all the supplies needed in the next clip. This is the heart cabochon I'm going to use, and it is handmade in resin. So the size is 3 centimeter for each side, as you can see from the video. 3 centimeters, and we are going to glue the cabochon to the felt base with two components glue, and I'm going to use this one. It is called Hoo two components glue, and you have to mix the two components together and leave it in place for about 12 or 24 hours to dry completely. Then I'm going to use these 4 millimeters fire polished beads, and the color is Alabaster Malachite green. Then we will need some 11O and 15O. PF 557 is the color by Tho, and I'm using two colors of Fireline thread size 0.15 millimeter, colors smoke and crystal for the picot. I'm using also two sizes of needle. I'm using number 12 and number 10. I'm going to thread the needle with about 2 meters and a half of Fireline thread, and then we are going to glue the cabochon on the felt base. We have this small plate, and we can mix the two parts of the glue together until we have reached the milky finish of our glue. As you can see, the first part is quite yellow and the second part is white. Then we are going to mix the two parts together, and we have to reach a milky finish, as you can see in the next clip. Once we have mixed the two parts of the glue together, we are going to put the glue behind the art cabochon in this way, as you can see from the video. Then we have to put the heart on the felt and let it dry for about 12-24 hours, and I will start the work 24 hours later. press gently on the heart and let it dry. Once the glue is dried, we are ready to start to work with our seed beads. We will make a round with 11 seed beads and a round with the fire polished beads. Pass the needle from the back of the felt to the top in this way, and the needle must be close to the cabochon. Pull the thread, and on the back side we are going to make some knots to block our thread in this way. Pull the thread, and as you can see, the knot is done. Now we are ready to start with our seed beads. So pick up 2 11 seed beads and bring them at the end of the thread in this way. Bring them as close as possible to the cabochon, as you can see in this way. Pull them back and pull the thread and pass with the needle through the thread and the cabochon on the top of the beads in this way. Pull the thread, now pass through the felt again, and we have to pass again through the 2 beads. Pull the thread and pass through the 2 beads in this way. Then pick up again 2 beads, bring them at the end of the thread, bring them as close as possible to the heart, and pass the needle on the top of the beads through the heart and the thread in this way. Pull the thread, pass the needle from the back of the felt on the top at the end of the 2 beads, pull the thread and pass again through the 2 seed beads. Pick up again 2 11 seed beads, bring them at the end of the thread, bring them as close as possible to the heart, pass the needle through the felt from the top to the bottom, pull the thread, pass again the needle in this space through the heart and the beads, pull the thread, pass through the 2 seed beads and pull the thread again. You have to go on in this way until you have covered the entire contour of the heart. Go on in this way, and once you have reached the internal point of the heart, I will explain to you how to make it. As you can see, I sewed the last 2 beads, and now I'm sewing the one in the middle of the point of the heart and making the same steps I have done before. Pass from the back to the top and pass again through the 2 beads in the middle. Then pass through the felt from the top to the bottom, and we are ready to start the other side of our heart. So pass with the needle through the felt and bring the 2 seed beads as close as possible to the left curve of the heart, and we have to repeat the same steps. So pass through the beads, pick up 2 beads, pass through the felt, pass again on the top, pass through the 2 beads, and in this way we are making our contour of our art. So now we are ready to add the last 2 seed beads. Pick up 2 11 seed beads and bring them at the end of the thread. Place them in this way and pass with the needle through the felt in the space through the beads and the cabochon. Just here. Pull the thread from the back. Then pass the needle from the back to the top in this way. Pull the thread and pass again through the 2 beads we have just added. Now we are ready to pass again through the whole sequence of beads to set them in place. So I'm going to pass through all the seed beads in this way without adding any bead. Now we are ready to make the second round with our Alabaster Malachite green fire polished beads, and we have the thread exiting from the back, and we have to pass the thread, the needle, through the felt from the bottom to the top in this way, and leave about 3 millimeters because we have to add our stripe of fire polished beads and seed beads. We are going to alternate some fire polished beads and some seed beads, and I'm going to make 2 curves of the art. So pick up 1 11 seed bead, 1 alabaster fire polished bead, 1 11 seed bead, and we have to cover the right curve of our heart. So in this case we are going to add 11 fire polished beads alternated with 11 seed beads. So we are going to make a stripe of 11 fire polished beads, as you can see, and bring them as close as possible to the previous stripe of 11 seed beads. Once we have added all the fire polished beads and 11 seed beads on the needle, we are going to fix the middle of the curve into the felt in this way. So pull the thread, and now we're going to fix the beads in the middle in this way from the top to the bottom, and pass again from the bottom to the top in this way. Now pass through the sequence of beads and fix the thread each 2 beads. So pass through the first seed bead, the fire polished bead, the second seed bead, and the second fire polished bead. In this way, pull the thread and pass through the felt from the top to the bottom. In this way, we are going to fix the fire polished beads every 2 beads. So repeat this step until the end of the fire polished beads sequence. Once we have finished to fix the fire polished beads on the right side of the heart, we are making the same thing on the left side of the heart. So pick up 11 fire polished beads alternated with seed beads and fix it in the middle of the heart, right here, as you can see. And then we are going to repeat the same steps to fix 2 fire polished beads at a time. So pass the needle through the felt, through 2 of the fire polished beads, and then through the felt again to fix the beads on the felt. Once we have finished to fix the beads on the felt, we are ready to cut the excess of the fabric to cover the back of our heart with Alcantara and to finish the edge of our heart and make some picot to make it beautiful. But before cutting the excess of the fabric, I prefer to pass again with the needle without adding any bead through all the fire polished beads to fix them. So I pass with the needle through the whole sequence of fire polished beads in this way. Now pass the needle through the felt where there is the other end of the thread on the back side. As you can see, this is the other end of the thread. And we are ready to join the 2 ends together to make some knots and close our work. So I decide to pass again through the felt and make some knots in this way. Then cut the excess of the thread, and now we are ready to cut the excess of the fabric. I'm going to cut in a very easy way, and then I'm going to refine the shape of the heart in a very detailed way. So you have to be careful not to cut the thread of the previous job, so of the previous work we have done before. So this is the first cut I have done. And now I'm going to refine the shape of our art in this way, cutting the excess of the fabric. Once we have refined the shape of our art, we are going to glue it on our Alcantara fabric. So I'm going to thread the needle with the crystal Fireline thread and pass through the felt in this way. I have made some knots at the end of the thread, and now we are going to glue the art on our Alcantara fabric. This Alcantara has this kind of net in the inner part, and I'm going to use the E6000 to glue the heart on our fabric. So open the glue and spread it on the back of the heart-shaped cabochon in this way. I spread the glue well to avoid glue stains forming on the Alcantara. After that, we are going to glue the cabochon on the Alcantara and gently press on it and let it dry for about 2 hours. As you can see, there are no stains on the back of our Alcantara, and once the glue is dried, we are going to refine the shape of the fabric and start the steps with 11 seed beads and brick stitch technique. After about 2 hours, our cabochon is dried, and we are going to cut the excess of the Alcantara fabric and refine the shape of our art in this way. As you can see, this is the final result, and now we are going to refine the shape of our art with seed beads, 11 seed beads. This is the back of the heart, and now we are going to start working with 11 seed beads with the brick stitch technique. Pick up 2 11 seed beads and pass through the felt and the Alcantara and pull the thread in this way. Then pass through the right bead from the bottom to the top in this way and pull the thread. Pick up again another 11 seed bead on the needle and pass through the felt and the Alcantara in this way, and we have to make these steps until the end of the art outline. Then pick up again another 11 pass through the felt and the Alcantara, pull the thread and pass through the seed bead from the bottom to the top in this way. We have to go on in this way until we have completed the shape of the art. As you can see, this is the result, and I'm showing it to you from the front of our art and from the back. This is the profile of the art. So go on in this way until you cover the entire outline of the art. So I will show you the final result when I finish the work. As you can see, this is the final result, and now I'm going to show you how to join the two beads together, the first one and the last one, and it is very simple. As you can see, we have the thread exiting the last bead we have just added, pass with the thread through the first bead from the top to the bottom in this way, then pass through the Alcantara and the felt, pull the thread in this way, and pass through the bead, the last bead we have added from the bottom to the top In this way we are going to fix the two beads together and fix them to the fabric. Then I pass again through the next bead in this way, from the top to the bottom, pull the thread, pass through the Alcantara and the felt again, and then pass again through the bead from the bottom to the top, from the front of our art. I have decided to improve the looking of our art, adding some picot because I think they are very cute. So the thread exits one of the 11 seed beads, pick up 1 15 1 11 and 1 15. So we are going to make some picot with the 11 seed beads and the 15 seed beads. Pass through the next bead and pull the thread. In this way, as you can see, the result will be really, really, really beautiful. I like it so much. So then pass through the next bead from the bottom to the top, pick up 1 15 1 11 and 1 15 and pass through the next 11 seed bead. To complete this step in a better way, you have to count the beads, and you should have even beads, so not odd beads. So I recommend you to count them until you start the work, because if you have odd number of beads, an odd number of beads, you cannot complete the step of the picot. As you can see, this is the final result. I have finished to refine the shape of the cabochon, and I like the result. Please let me know if you like it too. And I am going to add a chain to wear it as a pendant. So please let me know if you want to see how I add the chain to our embroidery cabochon. And I hope this tutorial is helpful for you. Please let me know if you like it. Hit a like, leave a comment, and share the video with your friends or in your bidding group to help my channel to grow. And thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.